Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night and that you'll enjoy the video. And thank you so much for watching.
Okay, so here's the scenario. Let's say that you see her in a club or a bar and you want to approach her. But what's putting you off from approaching her is the fear that she's going to reject you. Here's the thing, you don't even know this girl. This is just a random girl that you've seen in a club. So whether she chooses to reject you or not doesn't really matter. You're doing your job as a man to be able to say to her, I like what I see. What she says back to you is irrelevant.
No, but how is her rejecting me irrelevant? Obviously, you've never been rejected in your entire life, because if you were rejected at least once, you would know what it feels like. And somehow men keep putting themselves out there and keep getting rejected. But lately, as you can see, it's no longer the fear of getting rejected that is keeping us away. It's something like this. Australia nightclub bans staring without consent of other person. You seem smart, so maybe you can explain to me who defines staring. Since I can't even look at you, how am I gonna come to you and ask if I can look at you? Maybe I would come to you, but I would be scared of the big guy wearing pink. As you can see here from what they said, each night one of our security guards inside the club will be designated as a safety officer and recognizable by a pink high-vis vest. I wonder how successful that nightclub is gonna be when they throw out all the men and they let the ladies inside alone to pay for the overpriced drinks. But that's a different conversation for a different day. But until they figure that out, I'm gonna stay away from you.
I'm an adult. I'm not ashamed of responding fast and double texting.
Preach, dude. I hate it when people fall into dating games with BS rules that someone told you about in high school. If you want to hang out with someone, invite them. If you miss them, text them. If you want to hear their voice, call them. Don't be ashamed to communicate.
Absolutely. If you're on your phone and you get a text, answer the text back. Don't wait 5 or 6 hours because someone told you to wait. And in return, if you're at work, if you're not on your phone, if you're busy, don't just put everything on hold so you can jump on your phone and text back. But this lady is absolutely right. We forgot how to communicate with each other and would rather play games and complain about dating than to just talk to each other. If for some reason you're looking to date or trying to date and meet people, don't be afraid to text or call. If they pull back or they're playing games or they're trying to take advantage of you for foodie calls or whatever, that's when you stop and move on to someone else.
So this one time I was dating this super tall dude. He was like 6'4". He was like, yo, I want to take you on a date. And I was just like, oh my God, me? Like, you want to take me on a date? Let's go. Wait, does this go before or after? Anyways, he tells me he wants to take me to Texas Roadhouse. And you know, Texas Roadhouse. The bread, the butter. Now, I am only 4'10". This is before I had like all my tattoos and stuff. This is my first like dinner date. My nerves are like already racing. Anyways, we walk in and the host is this girl from high school that never liked me. Acts like she don't even know me and I'm cool with it. So we get to the booth. I slide right in. She gives him a menu and she slides me a coloring book and some crayons. Like, I have never been got so good before. So I'm looking at this coloring book and I'm just like, can I get a menu? Like, I know I look like a kid, but you know me. You know me. You did it on purpose. So I was just like, she tries to play it off like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought you were a kid. And I'm just like, I know you. Like, whatever. So embarrassing.
Well, okay, and then what happened? Don't keep us waiting. Tell us what happened. Did you use the coloring book? What did you draw? A teddy bear, maybe? And I know this is an unrelated question, but it's more of a curiosity. You said you're 4'10". When they gave you your social security number, did they give you the full number or just 3 digits?
A thought process of all the men I've known in the last 11 years. Wow, she cooks, she cleans, she's smart, she's driven, she's beautiful, she makes her own money, she's adventurous. She praises me, she's a fox in bed, she's loyal as she takes responsibility for her own emotions, she's not jealous or insecure, she doesn't nag me, she encourages me to have my space if I'm feeling a little bit off, she encourages me to go out with my friends, she doesn't pressure me for anything, she wants me to be the man and lead her. She doesn't start arguments, she communicates calmly, she's always seeing the positive and is always grateful for me, even when I'm annoying her. Huh. Better cheat on her then.
Oh, right. Not even companies that promote themselves on TV and have commercials and all that, not even those talk so highly of themselves. It's mostly the usual. Know my worth and know my value. Buy our merchandise that is worse from some other companies, and it's also overpriced because we're gonna use your money to pay for this commercial. But no, okay, I'm gonna take your word for it. You're an absolute angel, and everyone in your life for 11 years cheated on you. Come on now. I haven't seen so much BS in movies and you expect me to take your word for it.
I feel like nobody prepares you for the loneliness you feel in your late 20s and just like this shift. So basically, I stay in almost every weekend, and my life is very busy because of my job. I'm traveling a lot, and I'll go out like for events and do things like that. But for the most part, I stay in like every weekend, and it makes me feel like such a loser and so lonely. And most of my friends live with their boyfriends, or other people I see online have these big groups of friends that they do stuff every weekend, and I never really have plans. Like I've stayed in all day, just watching the challenge, and I've been going on walks with my dog, and it's a beautiful day outside, and I literally have nothing to do. And I feel like in my early 20s, I had a big group and we'd all do stuff every single weekend. But I feel like then slowly people started moving on with their lives and moving with their significant others and having kids and getting married, and I have none of that. So I'm kind of just here, feeling lonely, and kind of ashamed of that. And I feel like on the internet, my life looks like so cool. Like, maybe it doesn't, but like that, like you being an influencer, you get to do all this cool stuff, and it's so amazing and so cool. But then sometimes I'm like, okay, well, outside of like that world, like I don't really have much to come home to. And that makes me sad. But maybe other people are feeling like this. And yeah.
Well, no one prepares you for the loneliness you feel in your late 20s because that's for you to discover. Everyone's different and it's case by case scenario. You can just look at your friends, the one that are moving in with their boyfriends, the one that are getting married, and see the difference between your life choices and their life choices. I'm not saying you made the wrong choices. All I'm saying that usually in most cases when you're just career oriented, you're gonna have to make some sacrifices. And those usually comes with the lack of relationships. Take a look around you, take a look at those career oriented people, and you'll realize that most of them are single. Right now, the loneliness you feel is because of your life choices. And if you choose to follow only your career from this point, that feeling of loneliness is only gonna increase.
No, my boyfriend does not get mad at me for anything I wear, and the reason behind that is he's not a little bit.
Yeah, alright. That's one reason. And the second reason is you don't have a boyfriend. So just wait until you get one and come back to us when you do.
Yesterday, a man knocked on my door and was like, "I'm here to read your gas meter." And I was like, "Oh, nobody's called and let me know that was going to happen." And he wasn't from British Gas and he wasn't from my energy company. So I was like, "Oh, can you come back at another time?" And he was like, "On your head be it," and then like marched off really angrily. And I'm like, "Yeah, on my head be it. I would rather have a head than let a crazed man in my house, as I've seen how those Netflix documentaries work." Turns out he was actually here to read the gas meter.
So what you're saying is you let Netflix dictate your life. And here I am wondering what's wrong with people today. I guess next time he comes in, ask Netflix if it's okay for you to say hello or not.
These filters are really weird and wacky. The next time a guy loses interest in you, try saying the following when they ultimately come back. "Your lack of interest in me and your consistency overall is really unattractive to me." Watch them go wild.
And if they don't come back, all that's left is you and your filters. This is one more reason for me to ask what's wrong with people today. How many watching her are gonna learn that line by heart and they're gonna live in the past waiting for whoever left to come back? Also, you copying that line from other TikTokers? I think you meant to say inconsistency, not consistency. The least you can do is get it right. If I was consistent, would you really be needing those filters and posting TikToks?
If a guy has ghosted you, say this: "Thank you so much for the invite, but unfortunately, your inconsistency and lack of consistent communication is a huge turnoff to me. I wish you the best." I've tried it, I've done it, it gets them real upset, but at the end of the day, you know what it does? It reaffirms to you that you hold the power, that you are the one that is making the decisions here. You don't need those breadcrumbs, girl. You do not need that from somebody who couldn't even stick around.
Well, at least this one got it right. His inconsistency was the problem, but he ghosted you. That means he's not gonna come back. You don't need this from someone who didn't stick around. Well, he chose to not stick around. He's long gone. So move on with your life. Forget about some line you're supposed to say if he comes back, because he's not gonna come back. Stop living in the past, and if you really want to work on yourself and better yourself, don't go on TikTok looking for advices. Go to your friends or family.
I always wonder who did this. Now, what's she about to do? What? Why? Is she about to do all of them? Nah, son. No way. Nah. No. Both of them?
Well, I mean, if you really want to, you can find some excuses. Maybe she didn't like the color or something. But the truth be told, she should not be walking outside. But anyway, this is gonna be it for today. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.